As we've been talking about all morning, this man, good friend of mine, Benny Hunt, joins us on the line. Good morning, mate.
Morning, guys. How are you?
Yeah, good, Benny. Look, listen, the boy from Dingo. Did you ever imagine 350 games later you'd be running out in a Bronco jersey and just fulfilling a dream? As I mentioned, boy from Dingo, 350. Congratulations. How does it feel?
Oh, mate, it feels surreal, really. I definitely never could have imagined playing 350 games. When I was a young kid in Dingo, I never could have imagined playing one game. To get to this milestone and, you have a look at the names that have done it before me, it's definitely something special.
Mate, you're right, mate. I mean, we were just talking about this off air. Cameron Smith, Cooper Cronk,
yes,
Darren Lockyer,
yes,
and Terry Lamb are the only four in the history of this game that have got to 350. And you and another great mate of yours, DCE, a Maroons mate of yours, reach it on the same weekend. It's a real milestone.
Yeah, it definitely is, mate. Just to be put in the same sort of area as those type of players is crazy to think about. And yeah, my old mate Ches, old long neck, just pipped me. He'll play the day before, so he'll get into the club before me. But super proud and happy for him as well.
Benny, you come from a family of footballers, mate. I mean, mum, Deanne, and dad, Jeff. Jeff actually, he played against the touring British Irish Lions team, way back in '84. I'm sure he's told you all about it. Your wife, lovely wife, Bridget, is the niece of Michael Hagan. Your sister's married to Jake Granville. So there's football running through the veins of everyone. Will all the family be around in this special moment down in Newcastle?
Yeah, mate, we're going to have a big crew down there. Still trying to sort out how many tickets and stuff we need at the moment. But, it's going to be a pretty good turnout, mate. It's what footy's about. I'm glad I can share all these experiences with my family and some close friends and get them down there and enjoy the moment with me.
Hey, one of the stats that I pulled out here is your resilience. Am I not wrong? Your worst season for number of games was with the Dragons in 2021, and that was you still played 15 matches that year. I mean, some players go through careers like yours where they have, devastating runs of injuries. You've got to be pretty proud of that.
Yeah, extremely proud, mate. And it's something that, I definitely don't take for granted. I'm very lucky to have gotten through my career with very minimal injuries. And, that year I had a broken leg and a broken arm. It was definitely my worst year I've had. And, I've just been very lucky, I think.
Hey, Hunty, one of our topics we've been talking about this week is in and around contract negotiations and how long or how short they should be. You signed a pretty lucrative, at the time, it was sort of groundbreaking deal to go to the Dragons, 5 years, on around about $1 million a year. How was that opportunity, looking back on the experience and the expectations? How did that shape you as a person? Because there were some challenges, wasn't there?
Yeah, there was definitely some huge challenges, mate. And I guess I probably didn't quite understand how big of a deal it was when I first signed it, but it definitely hit me pretty hard once I got down to Sydney and all the media and whatnot down there. But it was definitely something that made me grow up pretty fast and, learn how to, I guess, be a man and, take a lot of criticism. But in the end, it's definitely something I don't regret. I really enjoyed our time down in Sydney and, if I had my time over, I'd do it again. It was a great opportunity for myself and my family, and we enjoyed it.
350 games against Newcastle on the weekend, mate. Have you got a moment that stands out to you, sort of above all others?
Oh, mate. There's always going to be that Origin try.
Yeah.
That was a special moment personally, but your debut, I got flogged in my debut down in Cronulla there, but just playing one game of NRL is something that as a kid you always dream about, so that was always a real special moment for me.
Hey, what were the milestone matches like? Remind me, what were the 100, 200, 250, etc.? Were there any ones that stand out there?
Mate, the only one I remember that we won was my 100th. We played against the Tigers down in Campbelltown. Corey Oates was the only one that scored a point for us. He got 2 tries.
Oh, that was a low game.
Won like 14-12 or something. Yeah, it was ordinary.
That was a low game. Hopefully it's a better result on the weekend in terms of how it's played also. Hey, Benny, Ups and downs of the NRL. Look, you've been through them all, and you do that over a long period of time. What advice would you give to some younger kids coming through? Because at that point in time, when you're young and you debuted at such a young age, you were tainted as the next big thing. You obviously reached those heights. You won the Player of the Year in the under-20s. What advice would you give to some young kids if you look back?
Oh, mate, I think the biggest thing is he's just got to work hard. I think you'd probably remember, used to be on the wall at Broncos, the old saying from back in the day is hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. It's like, no matter how talented you are, if you're just going to go in there every day and not put in the hard work, then you're going to get spat out the door. And you just got to keep your head down and keep working hard if you want to have a long career. Yeah,
the homecoming to the Broncos, mate. How special was that? To have that conversation with Bridget and Brady and Bowie to say, look, we're going home. Dad's going to play for the Broncos.
Oh, mate, it meant everything. It really did. I never thought I'd have the opportunity to come back and play for this great club again. And once Madge reached out and made that call to me, it was pretty much a done deal from that first phone call. I couldn't wait to get back. And when I told the boys, they were over the moon. They were that excited that I was coming back to play with Reece Walsh was pretty much why they're excited. But they were just absolutely pumped. We're enjoying our time back here, mate. It's Queensland's home for us, and we're just loving it.
Dozer, I remember a real vivid moment back in 2015. You and I were sitting in the sauna, and every year you start, you think you can win the comp, right? But the reality is, some years you just know you're no chance, and you're not going to publicly say it, but that's how it is. I remember in the sauna in 2015, it was sort of 3/4 through the year. I sat there and I asked you, I said, Benny, do you think we can win the comp this year? And your honest answer, and because a lot of people do feed you full of bull crap sometime, you said, look, cause I think at the start of the year we couldn't, but absolutely think we can right now. If you fast forward to where we're at right now in 2025 with the Broncos, I ask you the same question. Do you feel that same feeling?
Mate, I do. I really do. And I guess it's a bit different to that year, and I can definitely remember the moment you're talking about, but I felt right from the start of this year that we've had the team to do it. We just got to, pull a few things together, and I still believe we can, mate. I really do. I definitely think we got the talent here. I think we got the coach, and I think we're going to get it done.
Benny, is he a tough taskmaster, Madge? I mean, they said that, this club needed to harden up a little bit, find a hard edge. What's Madge been like?
Mate, he's been fantastic. Yeah, he's got a hard edge to him, and he's been a tough headmaster. But I've been enjoying it, mate. We worked really hard in the pre-season. We got in some good shape, and I think we're seeing some benefits of that now late in the season. And I'm really enjoying my time under Madge.
It's hard to think. I mean, it's funny how modern sport works. When I was playing and I retired in 2016, you were sort of coming through. We played in the grand final together. I had your first game. I was part of that game at Cronulla. And then now you're the old stager and you've got these younger players coming through. Yeah. You mentioned about how your two boys, Brady and Bowie, love Reece Walsh and the like. How have you seen the game change since when you first started to where it is right now?
Oh, mate, there's definitely a lot of things that have changed, that's for sure. But I think the biggest thing I've noticed has changed is the young guys coming in now, just probably how confident they are. And I'm not going to say cocky, but they're just confident. And, I remember when I first came into the club and the guys like you and Lockie, Peter Wallace, Petro, getting around, I wouldn't say a word, I'd just sit in my corner and speak when spoken to. But, the kids that are coming now, they're bouncing off the walls, they're full of energy, got their music blaring. And, there's just sort of a change in the way young kids, go about the game now. They're just full of confidence and they're eager to get after it.
You don't get to the position you're in right now without a bit of help along the way, some influences and the like. Who's helped you or influenced you the most? I mean, I think of Anthony Griffin, a coach that was close to you and I. Anyone specific that sort of really stands out?
Oh, mate, there's quite a few. And, Hook's definitely one of them. Early on in my career, through 20s and early stages of Broncos there. And, I think Wayne taught me a lot. I've only had Wayne for a few years, but he definitely taught me a lot there. And, you get outside of football, Mum and Dad. Mum sacrificed a lot to, get me to where I am, driving to games and taking me away in carnivals and things like that. And, Dad was more so the guy that I lent on when I was having a hard time or I needed to be told the truth. I know if I called him, he'd tell me how it is with, not mixing any words. So, guys like that. And then as you get through your career, my beautiful wife, Bridget, she's helped me out immensely. There's some tough times down in Sydney that she definitely helped me get through. And they're probably the biggest ones, mate, yeah.
You live your life I think it's tough, mate, out there that we don't realise the non-players, what sort of life you guys have to lead. It's in a fishbowl, isn't it? I mean, you're such high profile in Sydney, and of course you're back now with one of the highest profiles in the land as far as footy goes. I mean, you've been through your dark times after 2015, and you've spoken about that, but it's not all easy. We know the money's great, but there are tough times as well, aren't there?
Yeah, there definitely is, mate. I'm not complaining about it. Like you said, the money is great, but there is some tough times, and you definitely miss out a lot of things, like the amount of mates' weddings and birthdays and things that I've missed that you really wish you could have been a part of is something that I've found the hardest. You can't just go, hey coach, can I have the night off? I can't play this week. I've got a wedding on. You just can't do that. So that's probably the hardest side, is just the amount of stuff you miss out on.
It's Wednesday. You boys are heading down to Newcastle today. Playing on Sunday. You can hear that live on SENQ. Why are you heading down so early, mate?
Yeah, mate, we're just getting away, before the end of the year and having a little camp together. It's just about all the boys getting together for a few days, getting some good connection, training, and enjoying each other's company, really, mate. I'm sure you remember back in the day, we used to get away for some camps down the Gold Coast and things like that. It's just, about getting together and enjoying each other's company a bit.
Yeah, it's a brilliant idea, and it's something that Madge has done this year. Hey, look, mate, just on behalf of someone who's watched your entire career, congrats on what you've done, at an Origin and Test level, and to reach this milestone, as we said right at the start of this interview, you go into very, very rare air in the NRL now, and it's something you can be immensely proud of.
Thank you very much, mate, and it's definitely something I'm going to have to keep pinching myself about.
Yeah, 350 games from the Blackwater Crushers, 20 Origins, 15 Tests for Australia, now 350 in the NRL. Congratulations, Benny. You've been an absolute ornament to the game, mate. All the best and good luck.
Thank you very much, cousin. Finally got more games than you, mates. Next time we catch up, coffees are on you.
Yes, well done. We'll let you go now. Thank you, mate.
Cheers, fellas.